Good afternoon and welcome to Friday with Fiona. I've been looking forward to this one. So this is using the whale watching stamp set, which is in the new mini catalogue. So if you haven't got a demonstrator and you'd like a copy of the catalogue, please let me know. And this is on page 60. And as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it, because when we went on my husband's 70th birthday amazing trip, we ended up doing a cruise to Alaska amongst other things, and coming back on our last night, we saw a shoal, I don't know if they're a shoal or what, of orcas. There must have been, I don't know, 10 15 of them, and they were babies, and it was just incredible. I didn't have my camera, I couldn't get my phone out, I was kind of speechless. It was just the most incredible experience. It was fantastic. So as soon as I saw this, I knew I had to have it. So I'm gonna have some fun with it. I've got 3 cards for you today. One's a fancy fold. We've done it before, but I just wanted to try it. Done it one way and we'll show you the other way later. But what I'm also using is, and these are very hard to see, so it's page, hang on, let me get you so you can see my desk clearer. Okay, so on page 60, you've got the stamp set, and we're doing these 2 cards plus another one. And up here on the corner of the page are 2 small embossing folders, and they're used, so the what I would call like a C wave shape is used on this one, and circles are used on this one. So I've got that ready and embossed those already. I've already made the first card, but unfortunately I don't have it to show you because I sent it to my granddaughter to congratulate her on her GCSE results. So I'm making it again. I've got everything prepped, and I've already done it once, so I know how to do it, but I just wanted to share those. So you get the 2 cheery patterns embossing folders. So that's the one I think is like the waves, and then that's like circles, and they're just fun. So I've used them quite a bit already. Now I'm using, when I did it before and in the catalogue it's boho blue, I'm using Tahitian Tide just to be nice and bright and cheerful. So I've already die cut using the countryside corners. So I embossed this piece of Tahitian Tide, and then I die cut the second largest die out, and then in just basic white I cut out the next size down so that the white will show underneath, and it's going to be layered, so it's kind of like a 3D diorama almost. I've already die cut my waves, and this is from the Waves dies, and I've done that using the, I'm not sure, it's in the annual catalogue. I think I've put it away. It's, hang on, I'll tell you, I should have had everything written out for you, but this is, it carried over from the spring summer, and it's a specialty paper, just to give it some texture. If I can find the page. There's the specialty papers. Go back to the index. No, that's the dies. Okay, so specialty papers we want. Specialty paper, page 127. Oh, I was way out. Okay, so it's number 5, textured shimmer paper, shaded spruce, balmy blue and white. So I've used the white with the texture, and then I've used one of the online exclusives because I wanted to get the copper, and this is the Naturally Gilded Designer Series paper, and that is an online exclusive, so it's not in any catalogue, but you can find it online. And then I've got a piece of basic white which I've already cut down so that it will fit underneath, and that's where I'm going to do my scene. So I've got my blending brushes, some inks, and these have got adhesive sheets on the back to make them a bit easier. So I didn't get them out because I didn't want to lose them, but I'll get that out now. Oh, come on. So I've had a bit of a week this week. COVID jabs are booked for next weekend. I had an eye test because I've been having problems with my eyes. I had cataract surgery 2 years ago, which was amazing. And I had lost, well, my left eye had gone really blurry and the right one was starting to. I didn't particularly enjoy it, but my son, I've worn glasses since I was 11. So to not wear glasses has been pretty, I wouldn't say incredible, strange to start with, certainly, and I've kind of got used to it, but I've been aware that my eyes, they've been sore, and I think I'm kind of squinting a bit at the telly now, so I finally went and had an eye test, and they're referring me to the eye clinic because there's something going on with my eyes. Nothing serious, just they need to check it out. So that was that, and yeah, hubby's not been too well, so he's just been a bit of one of those weeks, so quite glad it's Friday, and our Saturdays are usually very relaxing. Oh, that's the other thing, we're Zooming with the family tonight. They had an amazing holiday and they've been back about 10 days, but we haven't like spoken to them in detail. I had horrendous jet lag to start with, so I don't need to worry about that. That will come out itself. Let's just get rid of all this excess. Okay, so that's my wave. I'll sort that out in a minute, but let's the first thing we need to do is our scene. Okay, I'm just going to take a bit of scrap paper because I'm using my blends. So the bottom bit, I'm just going to use boho blue for some C. And I'm using a small blending brush and just start off the paper and just go along the bottom. That's not very smooth. I haven't got anything underneath that paper. It's going to be under the edge of the card, so you hopefully won't see my... I don't know why that's doing that. I used it the other day and it was fine. That's a bit better. Must have been some glue or something underneath. I don't want to go too far up with my C. There's going to be some land on the right and then the sky. So I'll do my sky and then I'll do my land. So I've got Calypso Coral and Lemon Lolly to kind of make it a bit sunsetty. I'm not sure what colours they use, but that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to start with, let's turn that over because I don't want to get my blue. So Lemon Lolly, which actually is quite pale. Oh, that's lovely. So I'm going to give that a good coating. And then I'm going to try and go over with a lighter version of the Calypso Coral, which hopefully the plan is, I can't remember what I used when I did it for my granddaughter, but hopefully it will look like a sunset. Okay, I'm going to come back with that in a minute. So let's get the Calypso Coral and turn that around. And I don't want to be too heavy-handed with this. That's okay. So what I did was I swirled quite a lot off the ink off before I went onto the card. Let's turn the card around. And the edges are going to be underneath, so you won't see where it's a bit jagged. just need to do that middle bit. Okay, I think I'm done with the clips of coral, and now I'm just going to go back over with my lemon lolly so that it's not quite so orange. Yeah, the orange is kind of really taken over, so it's getting a bit fainter, and my arm is actually aching, so I think that's probably one more time and then that'll be enough. There we go. Okay, now the blending brushes, they're incredible. You just rinse them under cold water and the majority of the ink will come out, so I'll do that later. Whoops, just move them out of my way. And I don't need my scrap paper anymore. Okay, so now I need to layer. Oh no, I need to stamp. Right, okay. So I'm going to use this bit of land. And I'm just going to do that in Memento. And it's got like waves as well, so you need to just line it up so the land is on the, not on the blue bit. Yep, that's okay. Might just need a bit of blue there, but that's okay. Let's give that a clean, and then I'm just going to do some waves on the blue bits. And I'll do those in blue. I think I'll get my bolo back out. You just need to make sure it's the right way. There is a right and a wrong way, so. And again, I think the rest is going to be covered, so that's okay. Now, there is another wave, but you won't actually see that. So now, that's the other thing I haven't done is my whale. I thought of the other cards, I've got my whale ready, but this one I haven't. So I thought I had, because I just swore I had and cut him out, but make sure he's not lying around anywhere. So I'm going to do the big one. And the first time I made a mistake. I did it on basic black in white, but you actually need to do it in black on white cardstock. So I'll show you. Just clean this one. Right, now I just need a bit of white that's big enough. Okay, bit of white. I'm just gonna, so you've got the C there with him. Now this is my Memento. I need to make sure it's got really good coverage because there's a lot that needs to be. There we go, perfect. Right, now I can just cut him out. So this is the regular basic white. The thick would be too thick, so I'll just keep that in case I need it later. I'm just going to clean my stamp. because it's black, I really do need a good clean. That's it. Okay. So I'm sorry, I was trying to avoid you sitting watching me fussy cut, but unfortunately you're going to have to. It won't take a minute to do this. Yeah, you don't actually, all this wave bit you're not going to see because it's going to be underneath, so I'm going to cut that off. Let's get rid of the excess card. Okay. I'm just leaving a slight bit of white around the edge. In fact, if you do that, if you leave a bit of white around the edge, a good tip is to take your light pool party blend, if you've got it, or just a marker, Stampin' Right marker. I'll do that to show you, and it just gives it, just helps to make it pop a bit. And I'm moving the paper, not the scissors. And then we can just, so he's not gonna, yeah, I do need to just cut that off there. Okay, right, let me get my, I mean, you could use Balmy Blue if you haven't got Pool Party, but Pool Party is really pale, so it's my air conditioning behind me. So I'm just going to go round him. Oh, I've missed a bit, but we'll go round him first and then I'll cut that off. Oh, come on, that's it. So literally just going around the edge. And when it dries, it just makes it pop a bit. That's the bit I haven't cut out yet. Okay, let's just cut around that fin. Okay, so now I can start putting everything together. So I've got my sunset, which is a bit orange, and that is going to sit behind that. Okay, and that is going to pop up like that. Now I'm going to use, to save using too many dimensionals, we've got these foam adhesive strips, and they are great because they bend. So show you what I mean. Come on. Get my tweezers. I'm just going to do it around the edge. Whoops, it's not supposed to happen, but never mind, I'll get rid of that. So I'm going to do it right at the edge here. Okay, and then that's, actually I could do with my silicone mat. Just need to make sure it's, for some reason it's not sticking. I know it was hot last week, but hopefully it hasn't affected all my adhesives. Okay, so this will now curve around like that. And again, like that. One more bit. We need to cut this because it's going to be too long. I'll start here. Oh, for goodness sake, this is not supposed to happen. That's been to do with the heat last week. Gosh. Right at the edge. And make sure it's, no, it's not sticking. Okay. Now you are. Okay. And then bend it round, and then I'll cut it when I get to the join. Right. I've never had that happen before, but that's okay. I'll use that in a minute. Come on. Now it's stuck to me. Right, okay. So, whoa. Next layer is, it goes onto the card. That still isn't sticking down. Might need to use a bit of Tombow on that. Okay. I'm going to put Tombow on the top levels, make sure the white bit sticks. Gosh, it's really not sticking. Just a little bit of Tombow. Okay, what I'm going to do is put my Tombow on the back. And make sure I've got the card the right way up. Yeah, there we go. And stick that down in the middle. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to just put some Tombow on the top of this to make sure that my white card sticks to it. And the next layer I'm just going to use dimensionals because I won't need so many. Okay, so that's my white layer. There we go. And then my blue layer, I'm just going to use dimensionals. So I don't know what's going on with that. Throw that bit away. Got a new pack of dimensionals out today. Love it. I get a new pack of dimensionals out. So you can see one is embossed and one is debossed. So I want the embossed side upwards. And I put a couple in the corners. Actually 3 to be safe. I usually go along in a straight line. I don't know why I'm not doing that today. Right, here we go. My husband says I'm very OCD. Probably am. And then just a couple along the top and bottom. And then that's going to go on the next level up. So there's your diorama. Lovely. Just need a bit of, push that in a bit. Okay. Let's get rid of these because otherwise I'll find them all over the house later. Right, and now I've got my orca. Oh, I haven't got my Wink of Stella. Brand new Wink of Stella. Working very well. Right. So I'm going to need dimensionals for that. Now that is going to... Oh, my waves. I haven't done my waves. Okay, let's hope I haven't. So one goes on top of the other. I'm not sure which one is which. I think the white goes on the top, so you've got the texture. Okay, let's pull this off, and then hopefully the rest will come with it. The adhesive sheets are just an absolute godsend. Whoops-a-daisy. Okay. I didn't do the whole thing, so it's coming apart slightly. That's okay. We can work with that. Get this last bit off. This is going to be tucked under, so there we go. Right, and then it sits, so it joins up there, and it sits over the copper like that. Okay, and I'm going to take the backing off the copper bit. I think it was all one sheet, but obviously it was, I had a join in it. Right, I got everything off. No, there's a bit there. And I think there's a bit there as well. Which doesn't want to come up. There we go. Gotcha. Right, okay. Now I'm going to need to pull my blue bit off the dimensionals. That should be okay. I can just glue them back down with, leaving the dimensionals in place and glue them back down with Tombow. So don't do as I do, do as I say. Put your wave in before. That's going to go in. I'm actually going to cut it because it would go right the way along, but I'd have to undo the whole thing. So let's just pop that. Like that. And then I'm going to pop some Tombow on my dimensionals. So it would have worked much better if I had put my wave down before. But I forgot. It's not the best laid plans. Okay. And then my whale is going to come up. Why is that bit not sticking? Can't get the end off. There we go. And then my whale is going to come up from there. There. Like that. Yep. It's not perfect because I forgot. Right, so I'm just going to pop some dimensionals behind him. And there needs to be a double layer. Whoops. And then just under there. Okay. I hope you like that. I love it. And then you just pop your sentiment. I did do the woohoo, which they've got on there. It's from the Charming Sentiments because she had passed her GCSEs, but you could do that for anything. I'm probably going to use that for thank you or a happy birthday or something. Okay, so let's move on to the next card, which is much, much easier, more straightforward. And then the third one has got some special bits to show you. Okay, so card 2 is just a plain white base, usual size, and then in Flirty Flamingo I have embossed the circles. I might actually do it debossed side up. I think I will, just for a change. And then I've got a piece of, this is some of the new DSP from the mini catalogue, and it goes with the stars. And I just thought for a night sky, and we're just going to put that across the top. So as I said, this one's much, much quicker. And we're going to be stamping directly onto our label. So I'm using, this is another one cased from the catalogue, but I'm using my different DSP. So pop that on. There, like that. And then that's going to go straight onto the card base. Don't forget, if you spend £27 minimum in my online store, anything, kits, cardstock, adhesive, then you will get everything you need except the stamped images. So you will need the stamp set, and I will send you a full written tutorial as well. Okay, so that's that. That's quite simple. And then all we're going to do is we're going to stamp the smaller whale and some stars. So I need the stars. Whoops. And a small block. And I don't need that. So actually he's the middle size because you've also got a baby. Right, okay, so where's my block gone? Hiding. Okay, so this is the smaller, in fact, it's from the inside of there, so it saves you extra work. And sentiment is coming from, it's also a new one throughout the year, so I'm assuming it's going to carry over. And you've got, you mean so much to me, best of luck. I think I'm going to do you mean so much because we've used best of luck on the last one. Okay, so that's that one. So I'm going to just stamp my my whale, my orca, again in Memento, making sure I've got really good coverage. And he's like jumping out of the sea, like that. Okay, and that is straight onto the basic white paper. I will go over him with my Inca Stella in a minute, just give him time to dry. And we're going to do You Mean So Much to Me. Already got it out. Okay, now what colour should I do that in? They've done it, they've used Petal Pink. I think I've used Flirty Flamingo, so let's stamp it in Flirty Flamingo. And then that's going to go underneath. He's jumping over the sentiment, basically. Okay, You Mean So Much to Me. And then I want some stars. So that is Night of Maybe. Let's use Misty Moonlight. Oh, come on. Don't know why that's got stiff. I use it a lot. And then there's 3 stars. What I really need is another one to balance the stamp pad. There we go. I don't want the moon, I'm just using it. So now I'm going to have stars below my sentiment and above my whale. I don't know what the other one is. Is that a heart? No, there's no heart. Oh, I know, it's Pearl Gems, which I've got out and I haven't used yet. Just put some more here. Right, okay, that's enough for stars. You Mean So Much to Me. We need Winker Stella. And these are from the, I'm going to have to put my aircon on. Getting a bit warm with all the lights. Yeah, the flat adhesive backed pearls, which were with the By the Sea, which carried over. There we go. Whoops. And then he needs some Wink of Stella. I need to put that on there as well. Wink of Stella, just on the black bits, because if you put it on the white bits, then it the ink does run a fraction. And this one, to me, is exactly what they were doing. Oh, it was just such an incredible experience, and I love this stamp set for reminding me of that. So I can see it in my head, but I haven't got any photos. And then we're just going to layer that with dimensionals. Now, it hasn't got any ribbon. It could have a bit of ribbon, or it could have some twine. I might do a bit of the Sweet Sorbet metallic ribbon, because it doesn't actually look like Sweet Sorbet. In fact, it's a bit more like Flirty Flamingo to me, but I know I'm doing a lot, but I really don't want it to sink in the middle. Talking of soggy bottoms, I think the bake-off's starting soon, end of the month. Right, okay. And then that's going to go just across. Just trying to line my card up on the grid paper. Oh, I like that. I haven't made that one before, but I do like that. And you could mix and match the colour schemes and the embossing and everything. Excuse me. So there's card 2. Lovely. Right, just going to clean those stamps, and we'll move on to card 3, which is just a bit of fun. White So I've already done my whales for this one, but I am going to show you how to do it. But I just wanted to save some time by having everything ready, because we're already at quite a long time. I'm not going to use You Mean So Much to Me. I think I used Best of Luck on that. Probably use something different this time, because that's going to be for somebody. So this is one of the fancy folds, and you can have it standing like that, or you can have it standing like that. So that one is that. Okay, and it's the medium whale, but I'm going to show you how to do a reverse. Now, the designer series paper is from the Go Fishing, or Let's Go Fishing, whatever it's called, and I've embossed it with the wave effect. And this is also, but that's not embossed. So let me show you how to do that, because it is a bit of fun. Now, for this, I do need my silicone mat. Now, if you don't have a silicone mat, you could just use a what do they call them? I can't think what is a bit of plastic. It's the clear envelopes that we use, but anything like that. So I've got my this boho blue I've used, and I've scored it so that this is going to be the base. So it's scored at, so I think it's 10.5. No, where's my 0? Yeah, it's 10.5 by 4 1/4, and then it's scored at half, 1 3/4, yeah, half, 1 3/4, 3 3/4, and 5. And that is how you get your base. So I'm just gonna use my score and get that to get a nice crisp. And then the second piece that you've got is 5 inches by 3 inches, and that is scored at half and 1 3/4, and that makes your little bit. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to glue my paper on. Now, that one I did sideways, okay, like that. This one I'm going to do standing up, so my paper is going to be going in a different direction. Okay, so I embossed just the one bit and then cut it. This is 1 3/4 by 4. So it's the same width, 4 by 3.5. So this is going to be our main bit at the back. Yeah, I just need to fold my score lines the other way. So you've got a bit of the boho blue showing all the way around. Okay, I just need to fold it out this way. Okay, now that bit is going to fold down there, so it's going to go on this bit here. So we'll just pop that on before we glue the next bit down. It's just coming off the roll. So just the idea is that it looks like the sea. Okay, now I'm going to glue this down. Now I've got my designer series paper, so I'm using Seal Plus because it's nice and strong. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it at the second score line, 1, 2, fold it and lay it down, and it's just overlapping the designer series paper. And there we go. And that should now stand up like that, which it does. Okay, so this is our smaller bit. And the same thing, I'm going to just pop my designer series paper on, and then we will. So this time, this bit is going here, and it's going to join onto the bottom bit. And it's going to go that way. Yep. I mean, I don't do fishing at all. I did do a class on it, but it's not me. I gave the cards away to somebody who has a son who fishes. But the designer series paper can be used for so many other things. It's really good for this one. Okay, so I'm just going to pop my Seal Plus on this small tab. Okay. Now that's going to, when it's going to be posted, it's going to be folded down like that. So I just want to make sure I'm lining it up. So it's about 1/3 of the way up this bit, and it's not at the top of that bit. So when you do that, it'll come down like that, and then I just need to mark with a pencil where this is overlapping, and I know that I mustn't go above that with my Seal Plus. And then just pop that down. Okay, so there's your card base. So it's a fun fold, but it's not too hard. So I really love that. Now I want to show you, I've already got my 2 whales. So to do that, obviously it's facing in one particular direction. I've got a bit of white here. So I'm just going to show you. Which one did I use? Yes, it is this one. Okay. Block. So I'm going to use my silicone mats, but as I said, you can use one of the plastic bags or something. Memento. Okay. Now you need to make sure you've got really good ink on this. That's really juicy. If your pad's drying out, it really won't work. Okay. So it's really good coverage. And then I'm going to huff on it, and then I'm stamping it onto my silicone mat, and now I'm laying my piece of basic white over and really pushing down, and there you go. Now it's not perfect, so what I did was I just took my black marker, and where it's like a little bit spotty, I've just filled it in with the black. And honestly, you can't then tell the difference. And it's just, I mean, if you had a really, really juicy pad, you wouldn't need to do this. So that's all I've done. Okay, and there you've got your reverse whale, and then you just need to cut him out, which I've already done. So I can just pop those 2 on with dimensionals, and one's jumping over the other for a bit of fun. And then I just want a tiny bit in the tail. Otherwise they're a bit floppy. So the edges fit perfectly here. Okay, so I'll have him a bit lower this time. I'll come down here, and you can go up there, mister. Okay, now I did stamp Best of Luck last time, and then I snipped it apart just so that, because it was too big to fit really, and I didn't want it hanging off. My granddaughter's going off to uni, so that's going to go to her. So I just really want a sentiment. I think I might do I just do a thank you. We've got I've got some boho blue spare here, so I'm just going to stamp that. Oh, I need to clean that. I'm just going to stamp that. In fact, you could stamp straight on there in the black. I think I'll try that just to save time. There you go. So that's the two. So we've got the different direction, and you just need to make sure that you do your embossing in the right way for whichever layout you're going to have. Okay, guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you check my previous posts, you'll see there is a draw to win some of this gold and silver trim. I'm doing that on Monday, which is my mum's birthday. So if you comment, you'll go in the draw. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you spend £27, you will get a free kit of everything to make it except for the stamped images. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.